It's the moment that I've been preparing for my whole life, been waiting for to get this opportunity. All those games we lost last year was like one-score games that could have been this or that to go win. So we just making sure that we can do everything we can to go out there and finish those one-score games. I knew I didn't want this long process. Like out of high school, I didn't get visits. I was in the COVID era with the visits, so VT was my only visit I ever had. My style of leadership is I'm not that rah-rah yell type of guy. I never been. I mostly just been a leader by example.
What's the goal for the team? What do you guys say in the locker room? Kyron Drones, welcome to the podcast, man. Appreciate you doing this.
Appreciate y'all having me.
It's an off day at camp, so today's Thursday, August 7th, a couple weeks away. How you feeling? Everything good?
Yeah, I feel good. We had a good 6 days of camp so far, looking to build each and every day, and I'm excited for the opportunity we got on 31st.
Awesome, man. I've wanted to have you on for a long time. I've have followed your career, and from your time at Baylor to Virginia Tech, and such a talented quarterback. We were just talking before we started the podcast. I actually was on the call in the booth for your first ever start at Virginia Tech. It was at Rutgers, and it was on Big Ten Network. I remember preparing for your film and talking to everybody in the program about you. So I want to go back to when you transferred to Tech. What was the moment when you realized you made the right decision? Was there something that kind of clicked to you during that time?
I knew I made the right decision, especially like right when I got on campus, but I knew I wanted to go to Tech. Like before, when I entered the portal, I never even thought about Virginia Tech. But then first day portal open, Coach Bowen, our OC at the time, like first day portal open, he flew to Waco. And that just spoke volumes to me. Like first day it opened, like you made it a point, like I was the priority. And that's all I wanted out of a school. I just wanted to feel wanted. And then VT and Coach Bowen made me feel that. And then as soon as I just got on campus, I knew it was the right place for me.
Yeah. What was that transition like for you when you transferred schools? It happened super fast. You kind of have to re-earn your spot on the Virginia Tech roster. What was that like?
Yeah, it was fast, but I knew I didn't want this long process.
Yeah.
I tried to get some visits out there just because like out of high school I didn't get visits. I was in the COVID era with the visits, so VT was my only visit I ever had. But just getting on campus and then trying to earn my spot. I mean, I knew it was gonna be a challenge.
Yeah.
Just me still having to work and show everybody what VT brought me here for. And unfortunately, I didn't get to earn that starting role in the first two games. And then I just knew, like when coach told me that I was gonna be the two, I didn't have a bad attitude about it. I told him I respect his decision, but I did tell him like when my opportunity did come, I wasn't gonna look back. And
Yeah.
that's what happened. I got my first start against Rutgers, and then it's been all she wrote ever since.
Yeah. You grew up in Pearland, Texas, in Houston area. That's like the football king of the world down there, man.
Yeah.
It's only football down there. I have a good buddy, Trey Anderson, who's from that area as well. Was a quarterbacks coach at Arizona State when I was there. What was it like growing up in a area where football was so important? And when did football first become more than just a game for you?
Uh, Growing up in it, my whole family's a football family. My dad, he was a football coach. I grew up a coach's kid. My grandpa was my dad's coach, so
Mhm.
just always been around football. And then knowing when it was more than just a game for me, probably going into my junior year, that's when I really like my dad seen the sacrifice I made. Because growing up, I was like, I didn't really want to like play football. My main sport was basketball. Like I wanted to go to college for basketball. I wanted to do that. But then I realized like I'm 6'2", 6'3", shortest on the team. It's not really like that easy like it was for football. And then I made that sacrifice to not play basketball that summer just to really lock in on football and the team and just get to really like be with the guys. And then we had a good season my junior year, went undefeated, won state. I started getting the offers. And then that's really like when I fell in love with football for real, just having those moments with the guys each and every week, Friday night, just going out there and go winning games. And then when we won state, it was just a real moment for me just because to win state with my dad was a big thing. And
Yeah.
then he had already been to state 2 or 3 times before that and haven't won. So him winning his first state championship with me as the quarterback, it was just a huge moment for both of us. So yeah, that was then.
What was the moment in high school where you realized that you were different, that you were going to play at a really high level for a long time?
I would say after that junior season, I was a late bloomer. I didn't get to start until my junior year. So just me having my first year starting and then going undefeated, winning state, I knew I was different. I remember going to my dad each and every week, seeing all these other guys around the Texas area get all these offers during the season. And my dad just kept telling me every week, every time I talked to him, just keep my head down, win games, coach is gonna find
Yeah.
you. And I live by that. Just if you do what you're supposed to do, somebody gonna find you and somebody gonna want you. So that's all I kept doing.
Yeah.
We went undefeated, and then I remember I got my first offer from William and Mary like night before the state game, and then after we won state, that's when my phone just started blowing up after that.
Yeah. You had offers then from, I mean, programs all over the country: Auburn, Ole Miss, TCU, Pitt. Why'd you choose Baylor?
Um, I almost going into it, I was ready when I got that Auburn offer. I was really ready to commit right there because it was like just crazy how I got the offer. My dad had brought me in one day and was like, out of all the schools that could hit you up, if there was an offer that you want, like which one would it be? And I told him Auburn. And then like the next morning, Coach Malzahn hit me and I
Hmm.
wanted the Auburn offer. I got the Auburn offer. Then I was ready to commit. And then growing up, I was like, I didn't want to stay in Texas. Like I just kept saying, I want to get out of Texas in college. I want to get out. And then when it came down to like really making that decision with my family, I was like, nah, I really want my family to see me play. Like up until this point, like I've always had family at my games.
Yeah.
So after that, I took Auburn off the table and then it was out of TCU and Baylor. And TCU, I feel like I was almost picking there until me and my dad had got a feeling about some of the coaches there. And then I looked at Baylor, went on a junior day there, really just fell in love with the place, had a good relationship with Fedora. That's who I was
Yeah.
committed to at the time. And then I just committed and was really happy with my decision.
Yeah. And then when you got to college, I always talk about how I remember my first couple months and kind of having that welcome to college football moment, that kind of where you're realizing it's different than high school. Did you have a moment when you got to Baylor you were like, oh shit, this is going to be a little bit,
Huh.
this is big time football now?
I had that moment our first week of spring practice.
A little faster.
Just going into that offense, like Coach Grimes' offense, because I committed to Baylor with Fedora, and then like the day after signing day, like all offensive staff got fired, and then
Yeah.
I was with Grimes, and then Coach Grimes' offense was just different from everything I was used to. Pro style under center, just really. If you didn't know the formations like the back of your hand, you really didn't know the offense. So just
Yeah.
you have a play with 3 or 4 motions in one play. And then like I remember the hardest thing for me was being under center, trying to give a jet sweep, time up a jet sweep while reading how many blockers you have, how many people flowing with the jet sweep, and then trying to
Yeah.
time that up to give it or not. And like my first week there, I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna just take this red shirt, really learn the offense, and just keep building from there.
Yeah, when you had that redshirt year at Baylor, did you feel like it taught you anything during that time? Patience, or you go from kind of being the man in high school to having a redshirt year one when you get in college.
That taught me a lot of patience. I would say just redshirting really like I don't want to say humble me, but it did. Uh, Taught me a lot about patience and just staying with the course, just seeing how hard guys really worked, how much time you really have to put in to really be successful. Because my freshman year was the year we won the Big 12, went 12-2, and then that was just like a big year for Baylor sports all around. So
Yeah.
I thought I wanted to like and battle for the starting spot going into that year, and then it got to like week 1 versus Texas State, and I just seen how much time you really have to put in to get ready for a game, and I was still just trying to figure out how to juggle football at school.
Yeah.
So just seeing all that and see how hard the guys really worked, I just took all that in, learned from GB Gary Bohannon. That's who really like took me under his wing and taught me everything when I was there. Just learned from him all the time. Whenever he was in, I would try to be in when I didn't have class. And then just taught me a lot about just staying with the course and then just doing whatever you need to do.
Yeah. And then I want to go back to talking about Virginia Tech and where you're at now and that program, because I've known Coach Pry for a while. He was the defensive coordinator when I was at Penn State, and I did an interview with him a year ago, and he's an awesome coach. What was your first impression of Coach Pry during the recruiting process and then when you got on campus?
Coach Pry, my first impression was he's real loud compared to what I was used to with Coach Aranda. Coach Aranda's not really much of a talker, really quiet. So
Yeah.
that was my first impression. But I love Coach Pry. He real cool, real really love his players. And I'm just glad that he really wanted me.
Yeah. Take me to your first start as QB1 at Texas or at Virginia Tech. What was running through your mind?
Just that the moment finally here. It's the moment that I've been preparing for my whole life, been waiting for to get this opportunity. Unfortunately, we didn't get to win that game, but it taught me a lot. And just seeing that tape from then to now, I feel like I'm a completely different player.
Yeah.
Just from growing and seeing a lot of stuff. But I didn't take it for granted. I just wanted to keep my head down and do whatever it took to win the game. Like I said, it didn't happen, but I was really proud of myself.
Is it crazy to see the tape from your first start and be like, man, I can't believe I was doing some of those things?
Yeah, I was just so happy I was there. Just if I could do it all over again and tell my old self what I know now is just to be more calm in the pocket, really trust your old line, trust what's going on around you, and then just go deal and just
Yeah.
don't be so nervous.
If I remember that game correctly, I think you had some like big, powerful runs in that game, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you? I'm trying to remember how many. I don't remember the stats. I should have looked it up before the show or before we did this. But I remember talking about on air. This was 2 years ago now about how tough you were running the football. I think you might have carried the ball like a ton that game. Is that right?
Yeah, I know I had like over 15 carries that game.
Yeah.
So I just know I remember after the game I was so sore just because that was my first time getting like
Yeah.
tackled in like 2, 3 years. So after that game I was in pain.
I bet. I bet. What you know, I feel like in your career so far at Virginia Tech, even at Baylor, you've had some big ups, you've had some downs, you've had adversity, you've had things go well, just like most quarterbacks' careers in college, right? You've had to battle through some stuff. Where does that toughness come from for you? What is it about you that has you keep battling through the good and the bad?
Just what my parents taught me at a young age, just no matter what, keep working. Don't really like get into what other people think about you. You know the work you put in, and just really like just have that confidence and trust in yourself, believe in yourself, and no matter what, just get the job done. So just my toughness out of the ups and downs I had, I just know like last year I had a very up and down year. I showed sparks of I could be this top player when I want to be, and then I showed times where I wasn't really on my game. So this year going into it is just my job. Like I want to be consistent, just be that consistently good player, and that's going to take me a long way.
Yeah. Well, what are the things in your game? You just said consistency that you're working on this camp. What are the things that you're trying to improve on that you're tracking and saying, "Hey, I got to get better in this area"?
Uh, Number one is the consistency, and then two is just being that more of a vocal leader with this team. We have a completely new team now, so just bringing all the guys in, being that vocal leader, and then just as far as my real game is just my footwork and like being more calm. It's like once I'm more calm, I know I can make every throw on the field. So
Yeah.
don't get too spooked about the pocket. Really trust the O line, trust the pocket, and then as long as I'm calm, I can just go make the play.
I feel like one of the toughest things you have to balance as a quarterback who's a playmaker, who's kind of a dual threat player, is being a big time playmaker in the big moments while also being a great decision maker. And when do you take that risk, and when do you not take that risk? And especially in the massive moments, in the third and fourth downs, and in the 2-minute drills, and you got to decide, like, am I going to be a playmaker here and take a risk, or am I going to protect the football and do what your head coach may want you to do, right? Like, how do you balance that as a player? Is it just instinct? Is it something you're constantly thinking about because you have such a big playability?
Just I would say it's instincts of just when to do it and when not to do it, and sometimes you just gotta by you being a playmaker, you gotta live and die by it.
Yeah,
It come with experience. So going into my last year, I feel like I know when to turn it up a notch and be that playmaker, and when to just play it safe and just do what my coach really want me to do and do what's best for the team. So
yeah.
uh, I would say it's instinct.
You mentioned trying to become a better leader in the locker room and just be more vocal. What's your definition of leadership, and how has it kind of evolved now that this is your locker room and this is your team at Virginia Tech?
For one thing, Coach Pry made it a known thing that we had to build a real strong brotherhood around this team. Just because we have new coaches, a whole new team, we took like 30 some new faces. So just really like getting to know your brother, getting to know your teammate, know his why, know his name, and like just really getting to know him. Cause like if you don't know your teammate, then how could you go out there and play next to him and really give everything you got? And then my style of leadership is I'm not that rah rah yell type of guy. I never been. I mostly just been a leader by example type. But now it's just like since I know my teammates now, is knowing who I can yell at and who I can't yell at. It's knowing who can take that and who needs that at the time, and then knowing when you just need to talk to them, see what's going on, and then just really just hype their head up so they can get back on their game.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. You came into Virginia Tech as a dual threat quarterback. I think you'd still probably call yourself a dual threat now. Uh, do you sometimes there's a notion that dual threat quarterbacks aren't that great throwing the football, right? They're more runners first. How have you tried to kind of like change that narrative, and how have you evolved your game into someone who can win games with your arm and make throws in tight windows and stand in the pocket, like you said, and trust your offensive line and be patient? Real quick, guys, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor on this podcast, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best way to fire on sports. I've tried all the different apps, sports books, daily fantasy. Prize Picks is the way. On Prize Picks, you're picking players instead of teams. So if you know sports like I do, you can make a bunch of money, especially with the free $50 bonus with code NEXTUP or the link in my description. All you gotta do is deposit $5. You get a free $50 in your account that you can use, go 10x, 100x, turn it into whatever you want. Code NEXTUP, $50 bonus, link in description. Let's go.
Just like doing different drills, and then just really like just going out there and being me. I know people have this thing where, like you said, dual threats not really don't really have good arm talent and really can't throw the ball, but I always knew I can do whatever I need to do to go win the game. I feel like I got caught up in that moment last year of everybody saying, oh, he a run option guy, he a dual threat, can't really throw. I was trying to show that, yeah, I can throw, especially in the first early games where I wasn't really truly being myself. And then I would say going into that Miami game, I really just changed the switch and just like went out there and started being me again until I couldn't play anymore. So
Yeah.
just not really listening to what other people saying and just going out there and doing what's best for the team.
All right, you got to give me your best Coach Pry story. You got to give me something good on Coach.
Best Coach Pry story. I feel like I just did this at media day. I can give his best impression. I know.
Yeah, give it to. I got to see it. He never yells at you, does he?
Yeah, like me, nah. It's mainly towards the defense. You're mainly towards the
Yeah.
defense. But one thing Coach Pry will bring up, he really like is in love with Michael Parsons. Like he loves Michael Parsons. He brings him up at every time he can. So that's the thing with Coach Pry, and then just how he'll just like try to show a football move on the field, I guess, of how the defense should have been, and it just don't look right. So coming from him, and like all you can do is laugh.
That's great. Yeah. Well, I mean, Michael Parsons is probably the best player he's ever coached, so he's gotta talk about him all the time.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like OD, like he just gonna bring up Micah at every chance he get, he gonna bring him up.
I love it. What's the energy like in the building right now at Virginia Tech? Like, is it what is the vibe? The vibe good in training camp? Everyone confident? Do you feel like things are a little bit different this season?
Oh yeah, I mean you could tell like I said Coach Pry made it a big thing to make this like a stronger brotherhood. So right now this the strongest and most close brotherhood type team that I've ever been a part of in college. And
Yeah.
our confidence level is through the roof right now. We just know the work we put in and not really like listening to what other people saying about how we're gonna have a down year. We know what we have with the people in the four walls that we're working with. And then like I said, these practices been good. It's been real competitive, and we just going to work each and every day, and then we're just ready for that opportunity. First game.
What's something that fans don't see behind the scenes that makes Virginia Tech football special?
Um, just how much we really love it here. Just how much we're ready to put the work in. Like our new strength coach, Coach Ferd, can go out there and kill us. In workouts, and then this type of team that we have now, like after he does that, we're just going out there and asking for more. Most teams in the past wouldn't have done that. We would have just been glad that we made it out, but we really working and asking for more just to go out there and go finish those games that we didn't finish last year. We
Yeah.
most of all those games we finished last year, we lost last year was like one score games that could have been this or that to go win. So we just making sure that we can do everything we can to go out there and finish those one score games.
Yeah. I talk a lot on this show with players and coaches about adversity and overcoming adversity. And, as I said, I've been impressed with how you've overcome things in your career and you're still standing and have had a lot of success. Well, what's a moment in your career, high school, college, whenever, that you feel like you faced the most adversity and how'd you overcome it?
I would say last year was the most adversity I faced. Just having a not a great start and then being up and down and then just battling through injuries that nobody really knew about. I was almost hurt the whole season. So just going out there, try to battle through that each and every day, let alone my first year, my first time ever just letting what people on the outside said was getting to me was last year. Like usually I was a guy that never really cared. So just me having that up and down year, battling through injuries, and then just hearing the outside noise, I would say that was my biggest adversity. And then just me having my procedure done, coming back to rehab, how I did it this summer, and then just I picked up where I left off when got the procedure in spring. So
Yeah.
I'm back rolling now. I feel perfectly fine. If I had to play a game tomorrow, I'd be perfectly fine. And then just my confidence level is even higher now than it was last year. So I'm just real proud of myself for that, and I can't wait for the season.
What what are the things that you do to block out the outside noise? Because they can get loud on Twitter and social media.
It can. Last year when it did get too loud for me, I just got off social media, and then I know a lot of people want to say this. I started talking to one of our sports therapists out here. He really helped me, and then just talking to like my parents, really just talking to them, praying, and then just really getting that confidence and believing back in myself. Like I know what got me to this point of the outside noise, the fans that's talking don't really have anything to do with me. I know the work I put in, and no matter what, I can go get this job done.
I love that you just brought that up because it's a big topic I've talked about in sports and uh, having the ability to have therapists and mental health people that can not even for when things are bad, like to have someone to talk to when things are good too, and how you handle different positive things. And even when I was playing at Penn State, I would meet with a sports psychologist therapist, and that was like, it was way more taboo back then, right? You didn't even want your teammates to know about it. Now it's becoming
Right.
more common, and I think it's cool that Virginia Tech's giving you the resources to do that, because at quarterback, I mean, your mental state is probably the most important thing in the program, right? I mean, has that been a big value add for you?
Yeah, I love the fact that Virginia Tech gave every student athlete that opportunity to go really talk to somebody when you need it. Because I feel like everybody should go out there and talk, even when they don't think they need it. You might go sit there and talk to a therapist and realize something that you didn't realize about yourself. So
Yeah,
it really helped me a lot, and I'm gonna continue to use it.
yeah. If you could go back and give Kyron Drones a piece of advice on your first day at Baylor in college, what would you say to him?
Uh, it will go by fast. These 5 years will go by fast. Don't take anything you do for granted, and just go out there and show everybody why you're here each and every day. Be consistent, be the same person each and every day, and then just go have fun.
I love it. What's the best advice a coach has given you?
Uh, like what I said, my dad said, go out there, be yourself each and every day, and as long as you win, somebody go find you.
Yeah, you've referenced your dad a bunch. I know you guys have a special relationship in your family. What's your family meant to you during this process? I got to imagine, when you're the starting quarterback at Virginia Tech, one of the coolest things is you get to bring your family along for the ride.
My family means the world to me. Just them uh catching each and every game, whether it's my no matter what, my mom or my dad, somebody will be at that game. And then uh even though my little sister, like she in college now, but she gonna find time to come to games. But even like you said, me and my dad got a close relationship. He was a coach. He just took this year off just so he can be at every game for my last year of college. So that spoke volumes to me, and just having him along for the ride, seeing that Sandman entrance they get excited about each and every game. Just seeing their faces, just seeing them watching me play and see how proud they are of me. And I just can't thank them enough for putting me in this position.
Having a dad who was your coach, now that you're in college, after games when he goes, I'm sure he's got some feedback for you.
He got some feedback. It's just me and my dad, we can't really talk about like quarterback stuff just because he coached defense. Like he coached D
Yeah,
line.
that
So
helps.
like he can't really talk to me about what a quarterback should do. So he can talk to me from a defensive standpoint. But it's sometimes he got those pointers of the game, and sometimes he just let it be.
What's something the world doesn't know about Kyron Drones outside of football?
Outside of football, I'm really a guy that really like just being around his teammates. If I'm not doing that, I'm really chilling and just looking to be around with the guys. I really just want my teammates to be around me, and then get to really know me. And if I know them, that we'll just be able to play better with each other.
So you do nothing but football and hang out with your teammates? That's it.
Out here, I mean, it ain't really much to do out here. Like being from Houston and then coming to Blacksburg is two completely different things. So outside of here, it's just being. I mean, if I'm not with teammates, I'm usually in the crib, either trying to play the game or watching Netflix.
It's football all the time. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. What when football is over for you, what do you want people to say about how you carried yourself as a teammate and a leader?
that no matter what, Kyron always got the job done. Always wanted to make sure people got lived up to his standard. He wanted to bring people along, and then just wanted the best out of himself and for everybody else.
Yeah, I love it. Looking back on your journey, as we talked about, from Houston to Baylor to Virginia Tech, how do you feel like you've changed the most as a person during that journey when you go back all the way to high school?
I would say what changed the most for me was my patience.
Yeah,
I could say in high school, I wasn't like really patient at all, especially when I felt like I said I didn't start until my junior year, and I feel like I should have started my sophomore year. So after every game, like we were winning, but I was going to my dad just like upset that I wasn't getting in. And then going to Baylor, just redshirting really taught me that patience, and I just feel like I've grown more patience each and every year just to really settle down and let things be and just really calm down. So I feel like that's what grown the most out of me.
What are the ways that you're going to measure success this season? If we were to talk 6 months from now, what would allow you to say this was successful this season or this wasn't?
One thing, just staying healthy, being consistent, being that same top tier player that I can be, and going out there and winning games and winning the ACC,
Yeah.
showing people that we have the best offense in the ACC, if not the country, and then just going out there and winning that chip.
Tell me what NIL is like when you're the starting quarterback at Virginia Tech. It's gotta be decent, right?
Yeah, it's I would say fairly decent. NIL is good. Just for me to showcase my name, image, and likeness, and get people the opportunities that I didn't have before NIL, just to be able to help my teammates take where that's taking the offense out to eat. I just took before camp started, I just took my whole receiving crew out there to Tampa to go train before camp started. So just giving guys the opportunities that they might not get since they're not the QB, and just going out there and just all of us having fun together.
What's your favorite NIL deal you've done so far?
Favorite NIL deal? Mm, I would say I just got done with a commercial shoot this morning for Renter Center. And that was kind of fun, just the voiceover stuff I had to do. And it's like, I'm not really an actor, but I really had to like bring out those acting skills.
Man, you're in commercials now? Come on.
It was something like that. Commercial, video, same thing. Yeah, I just had to do that this morning.
I love it. I love it. What how are you viewing, when you're making this money now in NIL, do you have a plan with investments and saving and things like that? Or you kind of just, how are you handling the a lot of times life-changing money that you can get when you're a starting quarterback at a Power 4 school?
Me and my dad, mainly my dad handle all the financial stuff and the investment parts of it. I have him, I have a financial advisor, and then we just invested in property back home in Houston just to make these condos in the cribs people can stay at and rent out to, and just have a B&B, and then just make continuous money.
Well, so you're a real estate investor now too.
Yeah, I mean, I always like wanted to be in real estate, even while I was playing football. Even on the side, I wanted to be in real estate, so he just helped me with that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. When you are doing your NIL stuff at Virginia Tech, like what's the process like behind the scenes for the fans that always are asking, hey, when you're doing NIL deals, when you're negotiating now with the school, with the collective, what's that like for you? Is it like who are the people you're talking to? How's it go down? How do your deals get done?
Most of the time, they used to DM me, or they'll DM me now, and I just tell my dad, and I got a group chat with my dad and my NIL agent. So it's really just through them now, and then we'll just see whatever the best deal is, see how that offer is, and then bring it to the school, let them approve it, and then just figure out like when the best time and days I can get it done. So like today, I knew it had to be on an off day, and I just knew we had meetings in the afternoon, so I just knew I couldn't sleep in how I usually would on an off day, and I just had to get it done early this morning.
Yeah. Last couple of things I got for you, man. What's the goal for the team? What do you guys say in the locker room that would be the goal, the North Star for you guys?
Uh, like I said, ACC championship, but the main goal is just to be where our feet are. Don't
Yeah,
go thinking about like the first game right now. We still in camp, so just go out there and be 1-0 each day in camp, and then when we get to the first game, go 1-0 that game, 1-0 each and every week. Be where our feet are. Don't take anybody for granted, because I feel like that's what happened last year. We had all this hype going into last year about we could be this team, and we just took a lot of things for granted. And just being where our feet are would have probably eliminated a lot of the failures that we had.
no doubt. Well, what's your weekly routine like during the season? Take me through your Sunday to game day.
Like Sunday, we usually practice on Sunday, and then Monday we have the off day. But I usually just go in and just get treatment and what I need, and just go out there and see what the game plan is. I know this year my main thing was to be in the staff meetings with our coaches. Since I graduated early, I just wanted more time to really be locked in and focused on football. So just getting in treatment, getting my body done, and just being in those meetings, seeing what the game plan is, seeing what I think we should do with whoever we're playing, and seeing where their heads at, and then just doing that same thing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I just going out there and playing on Saturday.
I love it. My last question for you, man. What's your why? What's the reason that you do what you do every day?
Really, I'm really self-motivated, but I would say like my family, the sacrifices they took to get me to where I'm at now, just to bring me these opportunities to even get a D1 scholarship, to be able to play college football. They did so much for me. And then just like my self-motivation of just wanting to be the best player I can be, just being the person I can be, and just going out there and being, like I said, the best me I know.
Awesome, man. Well, it's been fun following your career. As I said, I've been following since I called your first game as a starter, and I love what you're doing at Virginia Tech. I love Coach Pry. Coach Bowen was a GA when I was at Penn State. So love all the guys there, man. And excited to see you have a great season. I know you'll be killing it. Excited to see you stay healthy all season and hopefully win an ACC championship.
No, I appreciate that. Thank y'all for having me.
Next up.